Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to speak about all the DIYs I've done in my London flats here. I've done quite a few, all at the beginning when I first moved in here over a year ago. Yeah, I love DIYs. They're just fun to do, and obviously you save money. It's quite rewarding to see like your end product, if it works out, that is. Sometimes it just doesn't. The end product is not always the best, or it might fall apart or something, but at least you tried. That's the main reason for me trying and having fun and saving money. So the first one, since we're in the bedroom, let's just start with the things I've done in here. The first one is behind me, is my bed headboard over there. So that was super easy. Basically, I bought 5 A1 size foam core boards from an arts and crafts store online. I forgot the name, but it was one in London. And I'll insert a video here which might have the prices of everything, because I made like short TikTok videos of most of these DIYs, so I'll put them on the side. Yeah, so I bought 5 A1 foam core boards, and then I cut the corners. As you can see, they curved for these boards, like the middle boards, and then also the corners on the end boards. Super easy, just with like a plate or something circular you have, and a like a Stanley box cutter knife thing. And then I had a bunch of like foam packaging from my big deliveries when I first moved in. So I basically just cut them to size and then spray adhesive the boards and stuck them onto the boards, so it has like a softer backing. Although the foam core itself is already a bit soft, it's obviously not like a sofa cushion kind of soft, but like it's not rock hard. Yeah, so I stuck those onto the bag, and then I bought this brown suede fabric from I think the same arts and crafts store online, and then I cut that to size. I also bought a staple gun from B&Q, just a simple one, wasn't too expensive, I think. And yeah, and I stapled the fabric onto the back, made it like taut so it doesn't crease and stuff. Super easy. And I stuck it onto the wall with some command strips and blue tack, because they're super lightweight already, so they don't need to be you don't need to use something stronger than that, I think. And it's being pushed against by like that side table and the pillows, so, and leaning on them is like, how would I say, it's not the softest thing in the world, but I barely lean on my bed like there anyways. Well, if I do, I'm like leaning on my pillow rather than the actual board. So, but if you want to lean on the board, then you could buy a thicker batting or foam for that scenario. And yeah, so it's been over a year and they held up really great, super affordable. I think it was around £50, and I think one of my favorites DIYs I've made. The next one in the bedroom, also behind me, are these light sconces. Basically, I'll take it out now to show. So as you can see, that's the original light sconce, and it's not the vibe. Like, I love this chrome part because I love metal and love stainless steel and chrome material, but that light shade. I think the landlord or whoever painted it the same color as the wall, and it looks dated and yeah, not nice. So then I made these light cover boxes basically to just put it over the light, so it has this part here so it sits on the light. And it's made from, again, super easy. I bought a bunch of like these thin plywood sheets online, maybe like a 50 pack or something, so I had so much. Bought them, measured everything, cut it to size again with a Stanley or box cutter. It was a bit hard, I would say, to cut this kind of plywood. I thought it was going to be a bit easier. And then I glued everything together. Not the best job, but you can't see it anyways. And I had these like smaller pieces to like, I don't know, reinforce the inside. And yeah, I glued everything together, and then I bought a dark brown walnut stain, I think on Amazon again, super cheap, and I just did a few coats of that stain, and it turned out really great. I think like much better than the existing lights, I reckon. And so I made 4 of them because there's 2 in my bedroom and then 2 directly opposite this wall, which is the living room. And yeah, I think it turned out really good, super easy, super cheap, and you can, you know, you can use paint if you don't want like a wooden effect, or you could even add like a pattern from like wallpaper or something like that. And yeah, and I had so much leftover plywood sheets which I've made other things with. Maybe that's later in the video. And the last thing in my bedroom that I DIY'd are the artworks. You can see some there, and around the whole flat as well, because again I had a bunch of materials from my packages that arrived from the furniture. It's just like massive foam core boards basically, or foam boards, as you can see there and there. And so I thought, okay, that's kind of a good canvas in a sense, you know, it's just a blank white board that you can paint on. And I bought this green paint from B&Q, it's the smallest can I think, super cheap, and I painted this first Bauhaus inspired artwork with a proper canvas. That was the first painting I did for the flat, and it turned out really good. Just a bunch of basically stripes, and I used masking tape to do that. I'm not like the best artist, so I need to use tape and things to help me paint my shapes or whatever I'm doing. And so yeah, I had a bunch of that green paint and obviously the foam cores from my deliveries, and I thought like, why not just paint these simple shapes and patterns for around the whole flat to put on the wall. And it's basically like nearly $0 other than the cost of the paint. And I hung them with, again, the blue tack because they're super light, you know, just foam boards. Although 2 of the big ones did fall, so I might just use command strips if they fall again. And yeah, that was super fun, super easy. And because some of them are quite big boards, they're quite impactful for the space, so I love that. So moving on to the living room, and I think this is the first DIY I've done since moving into this flat. and it's this side table here, which is again one of my favorites. Super easy. So I made it from, again, I had a bunch of materials from my furniture delivery, and they came with these long wooden boards. I don't know what kind of wood exactly, but it's super cheap. Maybe plywood again, I don't know if you guys can tell from this video, please let me know. Anyways, there was a bunch of wood scraps from the delivery, and I just measured a size table I wanted, and then I cut everything to size with a hand saw. That was the hardest part out of this DIY, and even then it wasn't that hard. And I bought the tile from B&Q, just like one sample tile, which was like, I don't know, £2 or something. I glued everything together and added a more solid structure on the bottom side, so it connects everything together. See, it's pretty sturdy. I used construction adhesive to glue everything together. No nails, no electric tools or anything. So again, super easy, affordable, and yeah, you can custom it to the size you want. And then, since I still had more scrap wood available, I made this small what would you call it? Again, it's a side table / stool. I first used it as my like a little table to put my coffee and stuff on when I'm like sitting on my sofa, but then I didn't construct it that well, and the legs broke or something. Yeah, it broke, and then I had to glue it back together and put actual screws in. So now it's just leaning against the wall and holding my pot plant up so it looks higher. And yeah, this again was easy. I just cut a bunch of scrap wood to size. At first I glued everything together, but then I had to nail the bottom sides and use brackets. And then I also use wood stain to make it that dark brown. And I love this because it's so cute in the size and the way it looks, but unfortunately it did break a few times, so that wasn't super successful. The next one in the living room uses the same scrap wood, but I wouldn't say I made this entirely, because basically it came in two parts from my furniture delivery. It was like the bottom, like the pallet, you know, the wooden pallets when you get things delivered sometimes. Yeah, because my furniture was so big, it came in the wooden pallets. Sorry, my dog is... Yeah, so I just broke the bottom piece in half or something, and I just put the two together to make this long, low kind of console table, if you will. And I just put that on the side of my living room next to my sofa, and I put like my pot plants, my speaker, my lamp there, and I think it was such a great piece. Like, it was for free, and I basically didn't have to do anything. I just put the two pieces together, no gluing, no nailing, and it looks, yeah, amazing. Because I love low furniture. I feel like low furniture, low tables, low sofas really makes the space more minimal and contemporary in a way, especially if you have like low ceilings. Like I don't have the highest ceilings in this flat, so putting low furniture is sometimes more effective. So that's all the DIYs in the living room. The next is the kitchen, and there's only one, I think, which is this wooden tray, I guess. And I didn't do anything other than paint it because I found these trays on the streets. I think someone was just throwing them out or something, and yeah, got them, brought them back home, and it was like a light oak wooden color in good condition, but I wanted to paint it green to match all of my other green elements in my home. And again, I had so much leftover green paint from that small can I bought. So yeah, I painted it green. This one is in the kitchen to hold my chopping boards, and then I have another one in my bathroom. And it hasn't held up fine, like the paint I'm talking about. It has been chipping away, but again, I don't really care. It's just like a free piece of item I got, and I did a quick paint job on it, so I'm not too precious about it. But I like how it added a green element to my kitchen and bathroom. And yeah, so moving on to my bathroom, I have, I think, 2 DIYs there. The first one is the stick-on tiles. So my bathroom is basically all white tiles except for the middle, like kind of this datum feature tile that goes around the whole room, and it's in this ugly like blue color in like a seashell pattern in the middle. It's giving coastal grammar, and I don't live near the coast, like, so it just didn't make sense with my interior style and the color. And so then I bought these green, of course, green tiles, stick-on tiles from, I think, Amazon. I forgot the price, but you know, stick-on tiles are surprisingly expensive, which I did not know. So yeah, I bought them online and I just stuck it onto those blue tiles. I tried to find the exact size so I didn't have to cut anything, and it was like 98% the same size, a bit bigger, which is better. You know, I would rather a bigger tile than a smaller one. Yeah, and I just only had to cut like the corner pieces and whatnot. And it's been over a year. It has held up fine for most of them. Interestingly, the place where I shower and that gets wet, those one hasn't fallen off. Like those has been stuck on really well. But the ones away from the water, like on the other side of the bathroom, that doesn't get wet and stuff, has fallen off. So I had to use like double-sided tape to put it back on. And yeah, so that's that. And I think I'm really happy with how it turned out. And some people, when they first come in and see the bathroom, they can't tell. And from photos and videos, you can't tell as well, unless you're like, you know, really looking in. And then the second DIY, this was like half a DIY for the bathroom, is the frame for my mirror. So the mirror in the bathroom was just a simple rectangular one, and I wanted to add a frame for it to add more interest to the space and to the mirror. So I drew up this fun organic blob shape, and then at first I was thinking, what material can I use, because I want it to be like, you know, fairly waterproof, since it's in the bathroom, or like a moisture resistant or something. And then I wanted a fun shape, and like, how can I cut this, you know, this shape? And then I just decided to order it from this local acrylics place in London. And yeah, so I sent them the drawing. I assume they laser cut the actual acrylics or something of the shape, and then they sent it to me. This was fairly pricey. It was like around, I want to say £70 or something, including delivery. So quite expensive for that size, I would say. But it turned out really good. It arrived, I just had to peel the sticker off, take off the middle part, and I stuck it onto the wall and to the mirror. No, just onto the wall with the 3M command strips. Super easy because it was really like lightweight. And yeah, it was so effective to the space and to the mirror. It made it so much more interesting. And I think that's all the DIYs in the bathroom. And oh, so I forgot that I made this box to hold my toilet paper in the bathroom. Again, from that same plywood sheets, cut them up with a box cutter knife, and use that same green paint to paint it green. And yeah, that just holds my toilet paper in my bathroom. Super easy to do because I had so much of that plywood sheets left from that project. I also made cutlery holders for my kitchen drawers from that same plywood sheet. Cut them to size, glued everything with Yoo-hoo glue, and one holds my chopsticks and the other one holds my like scissors and stuff. I didn't paint those because like you can't see that unless you're opening the drawer anyways. So yeah, I think that's all the things I've made myself in this flat. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the items, you're welcome to ask them. I hope you can subscribe to my channel because I'm making more videos about my home, such as like a house tour or my like thrifted items got for my place, my furniture, and maybe other products that I bought that I really like. So yeah, thank you.